Your Humanities Half Hour is brought to you by the Northern Marianas Humanities Council.
Today, Tantiro. Welcome to Your Humanities Half Hour. I'm Catherine Perry, and today we are continuing our series titled Making Marianas Home, and we're talking to people who have come to the Marianas from around the world to live and work here. It's my pleasure to have as our guest today, Deleon Guerrero. Welcome.
Thank you.
It's so nice to have a chance to sit down and chat with you. Of course, you're a board member with the Northern Marianas Humanities Council. How long have you been in Saipan?
25 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a long time. How did you first hear, where are you from originally? That would be a good place to start. And how did you first hear about the Marianas?
I originally come from China. And Shenzhen is the city I came from, which is next to Hong Kong. So when I came to here, actually my parents moved to Saipan in 1980 some. And that time was a garment factory time. The first investor come in. So I think he's the first group come to Saipan to invest. So back then there was this immigration visa called Infinity Investor. So he's one of them. I think he probably the first 10 come in. So he had the unlimited visa to here. That's back then.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So your father came here first, and then the rest of your family followed?
Yes.
And when did you come in? How old were you?
I was 16 in 1995.
Okay.
And my younger brother, born in Saipan, grew up on Saipan. And they went to school over here. Now they're in States for college.
So before you came, what did you think it was going to be like living here?
American dream.
Okay.
The U.S.
And what is the American dream to you?
Actually, it's funny. My dad was thinking he's getting green card and all the family getting green card to coming to U.S., So that's why back then there was investment say, hey, you invest $2 million and then you can get a green card to Sinamai. But that time we thought Sinamai is U.S. soil.
Yes.
So we moved to here. That's what we're calling American dreams. Like we can have the visa, we have everything. We don't need to worry about the limitation with the politically anything,
Or immigration.
Issues, anything.
Mm-hmm. And so obviously that didn't happen right away, getting the green card, but the lifestyle. What did you think, what did you expect or what did you know about the Marianas before you came? And was it what you expected as a 15-year-old? You're laughing.
No. Actually, it's, I never realized. When I came here, was really not developed that back then. I think until today, still the beach road, middle road. I'm not ready for that. And because I came from city, Shenzhen is the first city port actually open to the world. When China 1980 some opened up, so the first city was free trade, special area. So that means the money was really flooded in with the Chinese, over the Hong Kong trades and everything.
Yes.
So that's how my dad got his first money. He was successful in China and everything, in Hong Kong, have a business and everything. So we moved to here, I was grow up with have a house worker, have everybody. I never see rat even in my life. First I came in.
They don't have rats in Shenzhen.
It's a city, is not hardly seeing that. First time I see a rat was jumping. I was like, that's not a rat. He was jumping in the jungle. It was fun, but I think it's really different lifestyle. Mm-hmm. When the beginning choose to you the first 5 years, I was crazy. I want to go back to China. My dad's plan at the beginning was we came here, go to school. I will go to States for college and everything. So I was not planning stay long term here. Mm-hmm. But time passed by. My two younger brothers stay here, and my dad kind of settled down here. So we kind of like, I think it's like become our home. We go back and come back, go back and come back, and it's more and more longer we stay Saipan. Before, like every year we go 2 or 3 times. Now we then become every 2 years we go back to China. Then we become 3, 4 years. Then I go to college. I think less going back to China, which is I think I treat this as my home already.
Exactly. What was the biggest culture shock you had other than rats? What was the hardest thing you had to overcome adjusting to life here?
Yeah, I think the beginning was the hard, but I was lucky because my labor was when I was staying in Chinatown area, my labor was really treated me like their family. I call in the grandparents like Nana and my mommy, like they really take care of me. They treated me nice and everything. So I think one thing good about is like Saipan, in other words, Chamorro culture, is very similar with Asia. We have that respect to the elder. We family oriented. So I think that's the part I like here. You don't feel the distance between the family to family. You feel like welcome. Yes, back then I think it's more, truthfully is like you have more racism. People will say, hey, there's a lot of garment factory, Chinese here. They're more racism to Chinese culture, like because a lot of them are not educated. They don't know what's the interacting culture-wise. So we had a lot of issues, but with me, I felt like I see the good part with the local family and everything. I see the hospitality with them. I see how the family value they're treating. They are not like what I'm anticipating. I was thinking American style is like, they're very not together. Americans are far away. My
Independent.
Family, independently,
Yes.
yeah. Over here, no. I see family values. I see the tie between the family. Big family over here, everybody know each other. Maybe it's a small, like everybody related. Yeah. So that's the difference. I think I fall in love to here already. Yeah.
Now, speaking of falling in love, it's not only the fact that people are friendly and your family has lived here for a long time that kept you here. You've actually been married for a long time to a local. Tell us how this. Well, I guess you don't have to tell us how you fell in love, but tell us a little bit about your family.
Okay. I married with him for 20 years.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's
That deserves a round of applause.
20 years, yeah. my dad actually was laughing at me because he never know my marriage gonna last this long.
Wow.
The beginning he was against it because he's different culture, different marriage, different the way, And his plan for me is I will leave here sooner. Once I came in, I go to NMC, take some class, learn English, and then leave to States. But things not planning what he plans. So I met with someone and we fall in love and we just got married. And one thing grateful I have him is he didn't discourage me to continue my education. I was pursue my degrees and everything. And just recently I got my master degree and without his support, it's impossible. Because I have kids, I have family, I have to go to work, but he do support me, obviously encourage me go pursue what I want to do. So I think that is the beautiful part. Marriage this is something between me and him. Nobody can interfere, nobody can judging us, nobody can make any decision for us. It's me and him. I think that's the fun part. Of course, we have up and downs because different culture, especially.
That's my next question, Nee.
It's crazy. That's the one we can talk about 3 days.
It's challenging enough, even when you're of similar upbringing, to make a marriage work, I think. What do you think are some of the unique challenges in an intercultural marriage, and also maybe some unique benefits of being in an intercultural marriage?
Wow, I think take a lot of patience for each other. And I agree. With Chinese culture, men is more higher than women. Mostly, traditional-wise, women will obey the men. We normally don't, I guess, against the men. They're the leader for the house. But fun part is, I think in local, women is more higher.
Well, we are a matrilineal society, or at least we were before we became westernized. So yes, I would agree.
Yeah. So fun part is like the beginning when we first start dating, only dating for like 1 month. He already gave me all his paycheck and everything. I was like, oh, this is different.
I like this.
My mom's like, oh, that's a crap. Because in China, no. Men will give you allowance, house allowance, and then everything's separate. He will give you money, you take care of the household, but not everything given to you. And one thing beautiful my husband is like, in-house, I'm in charge. Our house, outside the house is him. So in-house, I make all decisions for what we wanted to do, and he normally don't interfere in me at all. This is something take us about struggle for 7 to 10 years to in this level. Now he's just like, okay, do whatever you want. I think that is the beautiful part, and he's very nice with family. He is very into his kids. And I think one thing in our goal is for the best interest of our children. I think that's the one. Like, I even talk about my kids gonna go to college. I'm following. I'm gonna take everything. I'm following.
Now that is a very local attitude. I remember a lot of that going on when I was getting ready to go to college. Now you have 2 children.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about them.
I have 1 boy, 1 girl. My boy is 15 years and my girl is 12. They both going to Mancamo. And of course, we're all Catholic and everything. And my son is very quiet, but my daughter is a challenge. She has this strong chamorita style. She's very vocal, she's very strong. And the fun joke I want to laughing about is like, because like we're half, like we always mention half breeds. And she's half breeds and my son's half breeds. So she always say, oh mom, I got what you mean half breeds. I said, what do you mean? So you're Chinese, my dad's Chamorro. So guess my brother is the half breed, so he got the Chinese side. I'm the half breed Chamorro side, so you got a 1 Chinese, 1 Chamorro. Oh, I didn't realize that. Especially my son really look like Chinese.
Okay.
He's the full Chinese look. Yeah. But he has a full Chamorro name, Seraphim. So Seraphim is like King of the Angel. That's my father-in-law's name.
Oh,
yeah, it's a beautiful name. Yeah.
Now, actually, we were chatting about this a little bit before the show about your name, and I was asking you what is the meaning of your name, because I know that in Chinese culture, the parents choose the child's name very carefully, and there's an interesting twist to your name. So first, tell us about this.
Okay, my first name actually Ni in Chinese letter means little girl, and my last name in Chinese is Nie. So with Chinese pronunciation is last name first name second. So Nie Ni. So when you put together in Chamorro means baby, right? So it's a lot of people laughing about that. So I always refuse to say my full name. And Neni is my in Chinese name. And when I'm married to Deleon Guerrero, so I become Ni Deleon Guerrero. Yes. So it's kind of funny. It's a funny part is in my full name put together means little girl, and my Chinese name means little girl. Because my dad named me because I'm the only girl in the family. He has 3 boys. I'm the only girl. So that's why. It's fun.
Well, when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about your professional life and your life as a member of the community in different ways you're connected, if that's okay with you.
Yes.
All right. We'll be back after this break.
October is Humanities Month, and the Northern Marianas Humanities Council invites you to Humanities Fridays, a webinar series featuring local and regional humanities scholars and practitioners. That's every Friday in October at both 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. Visit our website at nmhcouncil.org for more information and to register for an event that interests you. That's nmhcouncil.org.
Welcome back to Your Humanities Half Hour. We're speaking with Deleon Guerrero about her story, making the Marianas Home. You mentioned you have a master's degree. What has your professional or what type of professional or career life have you built here in the Marianas?
Oh, well, I think education field is the one. I really have passion about education. So, but actually grow up in a businessman's house. My dad's asking me pursue become a businessman, businesswoman field. So I was in a business major in my bachelor. So, but I worked at NMC for 6 years. So I worked there as an international counselor for 6 years. I was my mostly wonderful time in my career.
Why? Why is that?
I learned a lot. I really enjoyed my job because when 2009, when the immigration take over, there's no student visa, and I was involved in that transition period, transition all those international students to F1 visa. So it was a lot of challenge because a lot of uncertainty, a lot of unique situation with the students. And I have to basically learn a lot of how to handle different situations. I do encounter a lot of story, people telling me different situation they're in with the immigration issues. How can I figure a way to help them transition to the right status? That was a quite of, how to say that way, it's kind of a challenging, emotional. I do have people stop me in the store, anywhere I go, like, Miss Nee, I need to know how you're gonna do this. I'm like, wait, let me thinking through first. I need to call help desk, find out what can we do. And it's really, really, really touching for parents crying in my office asking me for help because they need to get the certain time period to transition them, the kids to the right position or right immigration status. And that was best time I think I learned, and that is most fulfilled my career, I think. And then I moved to the business field, business area. I would say I worked at IPI for a while. That was another different way. I see the booming for the economy to come in, like how different investor coming, because my area was handling investor relation. So I'm handling all the investors coming. When investors come in, how they want the business, what they wanted to do, and how they want to bring the money in here. So I do see in the float coming, float go out. And after that, I got a recruit to Mariana Medical Center. So currently, I'm a general manager at the Mariana Medical Center. I want to shout out to my MMC.
Your MMC family?
Yeah.
Okay.
They are great team. They're great team. We are really currently like very busy, I know. Like we do take Medicaid, and that's why a lot of patients go there daily. Yeah, it's crazy. But we're having fun to help the community and everything. Yeah, thank you.
So having pretty much grown up here and your experience in the field of education and investment, what do you feel is the unique appeal of the Marianas for students and also for these this type of investor that you were dealing with in the private sector?
For the students part, I think that's back then we had a passion. It's hopefully can bring, because education tourism, that was the back then, it's a goal for MMC. We're trying to recruiting quality students to come to Saipan. We want to learn hospitality major. That is something we can, like Hawaii. We can develop that field to international students wise, and also to help the local students to explore outside. So we are trying to develop like a exchange program to able bring the local students to different universities in China, in Japan, in Korea, for them to explore that kind of lifestyle and everything. Because it's nice over here, but for me, I felt like local students needs to get out also to explore different opportunity for them. It's good for big city people come here because they want to exploring like what's the hospitality to feeling that warmness, but how to making the local students here so welcome, so open to anything, but how making them go to the big city to
experience that kind of life.
That kind of life. That was something we was trying to do as an international student service. That is the program was under student service back then, to trying to do exchange students, trying to do that, which is in the States we're doing, but here was really challenged because of funding issue and everything. That's one thing with the international. Two programs back then in NMC was great. Another one is the nursing. Nursing program of NMC is great because we produce good nursings, like MMC hire mostly NMC productions. We hire nursing from graduate from NMC. So this is another program I think we should fund them, support them to have a qualified nurses to stay on Saipan, because a lot of them leave. A lot of them learn experience, they move to States. How to keep them? That is something I think we should think about it. Yeah, too deep.
No, not really. I those are great programs to hear about. We mentioned at the beginning of the show that you're a member of the Northern Marianas Humanities Council Board of Directors. That's a really long title. How else are you involved in the community?
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'm the first Chinese in the community, in the Humanity Council.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, I think
on the
so.
board.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think it's very exciting for me to involve. Like it's a lot of beautiful things to do, and for me, I feel like the beginning I'm doing a lot of like fundraisings, and I want to involve business. But right now, I'm more into programs. I want to see how interacting Chinese community with Humanity Council, because poetries, all those culture-wise literatures, I don't think Chinese community really involved right now. They have their own things going on.
Yeah.
And sad part is, even you mentioned earlier, Chinese school. Chinese school haven't been able to reach that deep Chinese to the students yet. They still on one simple language to teach them. But how about 5,000 years Chinese culture, all those histories? Who's teaching them? We should be blended in. That's why I was talking to our chair, Robert Torres, about have some Chinese corner, like English corner back then when we learned English. We were teaching Chinese culture, Chinese language, also make people understand there's a group of different culture here and how they understand. Because me and my husband sometimes will argue because, hey, you Chinese talk too loud. But we're not means loud or being mean. We're just like our four tones make them thinking we're very rude over there. He's like, hey, you guys don't talk so loud. I'm like, hey, I'm not talking loud. Sometimes I talk with my mom on the phone. He's like, oh my gosh, it's like you two fighting. I'm like, no, I'm just excited to tell my mom something. So this is something like misunderstanding each other. I think we could do something more better. Like I have some doctor, like in the clinic, I have a doctor married to Chinese. He really eager to understand the culture about why his wife talking this way, and sometimes I have to explain to him, hey, this is our culture, we talk like that, So this is something I think we should have certain things, like we have Korean, Japanese, all those cultures coming to the culture corner, and sometimes we can host in somewhere. Everybody can come in together, share the knowledge, share the history, or share some arts together, that would be fun. That's all I'm thinking. Idea.
Yeah. I would say that's one of the things I find commendable about the Chinese culture and community here is they're very methodical about passing on their culture to the next generation. They have the classes, they teach not only like how to read, write, and of course most of them probably already speak the language when they go to the class, but also even the food, the martial arts, the dance, and it's all systematic.
Yeah.
Which I think is one of the things that has been so important in helping to preserve the culture for so long is that there's this intention, and that's something that I think as Indigenous people we should look at and think about adopting is. And we're starting to do that because it's not happening, not all of it is happening naturally in the home. So being a little bit more intentional and methodical and structured, I think would be a great benefit. And that's something the Chinese community does very well.
Also, like my children, they're half Chamorro. I would love to see them to experience the indigenous culture and the wise. Sadly, they don't really speak the Chamorro. Of course, my mother-in-law speak to them, but because they don't really have that environment to using it anymore. Among the cousins, they prefer to speak English. They are not using the language. So I think as our elders, we should do something to help them to appreciating the culture. Because once they graduate high school here, they go into college in States, I think they're gonna lose that contact because they're gonna be gone for a long time. Sometimes we're lucky to have them back here, but if you don't come back, and I think it's lost that touch already. Would it be nice, like I always encourage my husband, do something together with your children to show them have all those native things, like I want them to appreciating the culture over here. Chinese is one, I feel it's my duty to make sure they understand, but it's him also, he needs to. So like our family coach in the culture families, we should be more try to work together to preserve our culture and history together. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to make them understand. My children don't think they're Chinese or Chamorro. They think in the Saipanese. They have their own thing, say, no, we're not Chinese, we're not Chamorro, we're Saipanese. Like a great.
So I want to give you an opportunity for closing thoughts before we go. What do you think your future holds for you? What kind of future life are you hoping for, or future plans do you have here in the Marianas, which basically is now your home?
I know. So that is the one thing, fun part is like, this is beautiful in Saipan. I think over here we really lay back already. I don't really feel like I need to competing anything I needed to do. I just felt like I just need to be successful, lovely to my family, my friends, and my environment here, like take care of everything. And then you just be one of the people here and you enjoy your life and you enjoy your friends and family here. That's all. I think I don't really have anything like say I'm gonna be something. I'm just thinking successful to be living on Saipan. It's very good already. This is my home.
I would totally agree. Just be content with what you have and the people you have around you that you love and that love you.
Yeah, that is important for us, right?
Any final thoughts, maybe something I didn't ask about that you would like to say before we go?
I think I just want to be people thinking about like when you're seeing people. That's why I just want to emphasize is like it's sad to hearing a lot of racism right now and there are a lot of issues going on. I just want everybody have that love to each other and just give each other that peace because it's enough. The environment is like sometimes it's us to make our children to be feel loved, to be feel safe in the environment. We all just need to show them love and care. That matters. Thank you.
We've been chatting today with Deleon Guerrero about her story, making the Marianas home. Thank you for your time and for sharing today.
Thank you for allowing me to share my story.
Absolutely, our pleasure.
Thank you.
This has been Your Humanities Half Hour. I'm Catherine Perry.
This program was supported by a We the People grant awarded to the Northern Marianas Humanities Council from the National Endowment for the Humanities. Any views, findings, conclusions, or recommendations expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily represent those of the National Endowment for the Humanities or the Northern Marianas Humanities Council.